Alrighty, well, I'm in town. I just got the Canadian Tire. I have to go in there and buy another bottle of transmission fluid for $20. On the way into town, this thing decided to drop into neutral, and it didn't want to go into gear. I managed to force it into gear, and I stopped at a little store just inside town there where I could go into the parking lot, and I checked the transmission fluid because I didn't want to get into a situation where I got stopped at a red light or something and then the truck wouldn't go and I had to, when the light changed, I'd be stuck there in traffic then. Anyway, I checked it and it was down again. It must have an awful leak. The transmission is failing, I know that, and it's been run out of fluid so many times, that I poured what I had left into it, and it's shifting good now again. But I could smell it burning when I stopped, and when I pulled the dipstick, the fluid's burnt again. It cost me $400 to change the fluid in the filter just a couple months ago, and now the fluid's burnt again. So the transmission is done. I'm going to have to move into this truck in the spring, and I'll be driving it a lot then, because I'm going to have to keep moving to stay ahead of the law because it's illegal, Everything I do is illegal now. Even being camped where I am is illegal, even though I have the property owner's permission. It's still illegal. If the municipality received a complaint, they would send the Ontario Provincial Police in to run me out of there, is what they'd do. And they would also fine the property owners for allowing me to camp there. Thousands and thousands of dollars. So that's where we're at anyway. That's how bad things are. I got to go in and pay $20 for a little bottle of transmission fluid. I can't afford to buy a bigger one, but I have to carry it in the truck for whenever that happens. Like I say, it's not good anyway. What's happening right now isn't good. I'm just one person and I'm struggling terribly. I just maxed out my line of credit. I had my line of credit paid down by over $1,000 in the fall, and now it's back up again to like $20 from being maxed out because I've had to keep using it to supplement the money I don't have. So, and anyway, I'm hoping to pay it down in the spring, but then I've also got to change this truck into a camper, and then I basically have to have me and Rocky living in it until it dies, which is going to happen soon, I think. And then I guess we're going into the woods behind Walmart again. What else can we do? It's not a good situation anyway. Anyway, I got to go in here. I got to get transmission fluid. Then I got to go to the grocery store, and I got to get some food. And then I got to go get propane. I got to go buy a tank of propane. One of those tanks of propane lasts me 3 days, and it costs $30. So, I'm spending about $90. Well, no, 30, 60. I'm spending about $70 a week on propane, you might as well say. Because $30 gets me 3 days worth of heat, and there's 7 days in a week, so 30 plus 30, 60, there's 6 days. So it's about $75 a week it's costing me for heat. So, which isn't bad, I guess, compared to if you're in a house, you could spend $200 or more a week on heat easily, especially right now. And that's not even to keep it warm. That'd be just to keep it that the pipes don't freeze. And I know because I went through that when I had my house that I lost. So anyway, it's bad. That's all. Times are tough. People laugh at me and call me a crazy conspiracy theorist because I say that the elites, like our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland, our Ontario Premier, Doug Ford, Joe Biden in the United States, and Kamala Harris, and all the other ones there, the big tycoons like Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, all those people, they are trying to kill us. They've actually declared war on us, and they are trying to kill us. Make no mistake. People are conditioned to think that wars are fought with guns and bombs because that's how we've seen them fought. And people tend to be creatures of habit. So it's hard for us to imagine a war being fought differently than how we've seen it being fought. But there is such a thing as biological warfare. That's been unleashed on us. There is such a thing, too, as cutting off supply lines in a war. That's been done before. You know, just ask anybody who was, if you can find a veteran of World War II who's still alive, which is very doubtful now. But if you're able to talk to any veteran of World War II, he'll tell you that was a common tactic, cut the supply lines. Cut the supply lines, then the enemy eventually runs out of food and water and fuel and ammunition. You can't fight if you don't have those things. How are you going to fight when you're half starved and die in the thirst? And you can't go anywhere because you run out of fuel and you have no bullets to fire. Pretty tough to fight a war in that condition. That's why they do it. In our case, they're putting us at every disadvantage, just like this, and that is part of it, is cutting the supply lines and also making the things that are available too expensive, making it so we can't afford the basics. You know, I'm not a guy who spends money like crazy. I'm not a drug addict. I don't be, you know, spending hundreds of dollars a week for, you know, to feed an addiction. I'm not a, man, this isn't a knock or a judgment against drug addicts. I'm just stating the facts, that's all. I'm not out going to gambling casinos and striptease parlors and, you know, all those other places where men just go in with pockets full of money and come out with nothing but a memory, maybe, you know. I'm not doing that. I'm literally buying fuel and food. And just buying fuel and food, I can't afford to live. And what's my government say? We can give you a shot and put you down. That's their solution. We'll kill you. Right in line with the WEF, with the World Economic Forum Agenda 2030. Get rid of 90 to 95% of humanity. Wipe them off the face of the earth. Anyway, on that happy note, I'm going to go in and buy transmission fluid, because what else can I do? I need it. If I don't have it in the truck and that happens, I'm really screwed. All right, got to pay those prices. They got me by the balls. I can feel it now. They're squeezing. They're squeezing. Oh, my God. Anyway, we'll see you later.